They've circled the nation and each other for a week. Now, Tony Abbott and Julia Gillard are about to come face to face in their one and only debate of the campaign. The opposition leader has spent the day trying to outflank his opponent on her key theme of population growth. He's promising to cut immigration numbers, but the government claims Mr Abbott has made a mess of the figures. The Liberal leader also had to deal with a rogue candidate in Sydney who was quickly dumped by the party for speaking out against Muslims. Chief Political Correspondent Mark Simpkin.
David Barker came straight from church to spread the good news and the love.
I love Tony Abbott. I won't be saying anything bad about the Liberal Party because I love them very much. I do love Muslims just as I love everybody else.
But he's got a funny way of showing it.
Well, I don't believe the Muslim faith actually has a place in Australia. Julia Gillard is an atheist and she doesn't believe in God at all, and that concerns me very much. I feel a Christian in Parliament would be better than having a Muslim in Parliament.
Why is that so?
Why? Simply because they fit in more.
He no longer fits the Liberal Party.
Vote one Liberal.
It disendorsed David Barker after seeing his Facebook page, which disparages the Muslim faith of his Labor opponent.
He's unendorsed, he's disendorsed, he's gone, he's finished.
The man David Barker described as God's mouthpiece would rather be talking about the population in general.
I am a migrant myself.
In a bid to set the agenda for tonight's debate, Tony Abbott vowed to slash the annual immigration intake to 170,000 people.
300,000 is just not sustainable. Immigration at this rate is just not sustainable.
Tony Abbott's travelled a fair way himself. Earlier in the year, he seemed to want a bigger population.
Now, my instinct is to extend to as many people as possible the freedom and benefits of life in Australia.
The opposition leader won't say what visa categories he'll cut, but with skilled migration quarantined, foreign students and family reunions are the most likely targets. Then again, he might not have to cut anything. Immigration levels are already falling, with one forecaster predicting they'll drop below what Tony Abbott's promising to cut them to.
We're already tracking towards figures much lower than what Tony Abbott's tried to con the Australian people with today.
If Labor wants lower immigration, let it specify a number.
Labor won't, and neither side will say what Australia's overall population should be. The lack of substance is frustrating business. The Business Council of Australia called the coalition policy disappointing populist rhetoric that's not in the national interest. Mark Simpkin, ABC News, Canberra.